Good morning, I'm Diebear. Welcome, happy Friday. I hope everyone's doing well and you're ready for a TWAB reading. This could be, I kind of faked you guys out there with like this week. I'm kidding. We are going to start off, well, okay, we're going to do this TWAB a little differently today. I'm still trying to get things set up and make sure my stream is doing what it's supposed to be doing. Boom. So far, so good. Hello, hello. Wow, what is the delay on my own stream here? Come on. So, we are going to actually talk about some of these weapons that are mentioned in the TWAB. Mind you, I'm using... I have raid weapons on. We were raiding last night. We need to swap things out a little bit. Let's do this. Dude, Infinity primary ammo. Right? I don't know, it's gonna be interesting. I'm a little disappointed in it for one reason, and we'll get into that in a moment. Wow, did YouTube change the fonts? What? Dude, like the like button, the share button, there's different stuff going on there. Interesting. Okay, let's talk about this, guys. I was up till 4 a.m. last night, so the voice is a little funny. But let's do this. Let's do this. This week at Bungie, we're talking weapons, guys. All weapons. Lots of weapons. This is it, the last TWAB of the season. It's been a blast watching Guardians splice their way through the Vex network, tackle Vault of Glass, and pile up a ton of new rewards during Season of the Splicer. Ooh. Hold on. Boom, let's do that.
If you'd like to support this channel.
Hello. Sorry, guys. Man, let's do that instead. I'm still getting things set up with YouTube, and we have like this big blank space above me, but whatever, we'll go with that. Year of epic moments. So they made a video. Let's check it out.
We're just going right into like the trailer, huh?
This is what I brought you here to see.
Beyond light!
Stasis is just a tool.
It's an ice tornado, dude.
That was the sickest thing I've ever seen.
I'm in space! It's freaking Aldrin! Bow. No.
What the heck?
Holy
What's those baby falling? They're so cute! No.
Together, we are enough.
I'm gonna shoot you with 6 anarchies. You're gonna sprint at that Gorgon. Run. Godspeed, little doodle. Run.
I like that. 6 anarchies. The disappointing thing is it's the same old people they always show on their featured videos. Like, the Bungie click that people hate. We are less than a week away from the big reveal showcase, guys. We will be streaming that live here on YouTube. No spoilers, but we have a tune-in page set up. And we'll be streaming on both Twitch and YouTube on August 24th. 7 years of destiny have led to this moment. Join us to learn more about a new adventure unlike any you've encountered before. The pre-show is starting at 8 a.m. Pacific time. That's 11 a.m. Eastern. And the showcase itself will kick off at 9 a.m. Pacific, which is noon Eastern. Let's check out this tune-in page. Wow, that's deep. You guys made a whole webpage for that? It's good stuff, Bungie. It's the quality we expect from you. I love it. Weapon tuning. Next week's update is ushering in a new season and a big sandbox update to go with it. We have already covered ability tuning here. Last week. We went over it last week. It is in the playlist for this week at Bungie here on the channel. armor and mod changes, and now it's time to go over what is changing with weapons. Here is weapons feature lead Chris Proctor. Hi, it's Chris again. We don't need to do the first person stuff. Definition of terms. This is like a legal document. But to be fair, a lot of people are newer players to not just Destiny, but first-person shooters, and they don't know a lot of the terms mean. And some of us who have been playing for a while don't know what everything means. Some of the recent info on weapons we've put out has been confusing, and, well, I generally like to... Okay, thanks, DMG. First person. Stop with the first person writing. Fall off. Internally, we use fall off min and fall off max to mean start and end, but moving forward, we'll use these externally using damage as an example. Damage fall off start is the distance at which damage fall off begins or stops doing max damage. Damage fall off end, the distance at which damage fall off ends or hits the damage. It kind of works like pharmaceuticals with half-lives, like, kind of. So, like, let's say damage fall off starts at 10 meters. So when that bullet gets 10 meters from your gun, that's when the fall off starts. That's when the damage of the bullet begins decreasing. And let's say the end would be 20 meters. So at 10 meters, it starts to weaken, and at 20 meters, it's the weakest. It's done. It's done. Projectiles. We've used various terms to describe these types externally, including borrowing terms from other genres. Hit scan, a projectile that instantly hits. Yeah, like you point, you shoot, boom, it hits. Non-hit scan is a projectile with travel time. Kind of like arrows. Like, if you have something running across the screen, you have to lead your shot and judge it so that it hits. When that, you're kind of like trying to get the target to run into your bullet. Shotgun, spread angle, the cone that pellets come out in, not to be confused with one of the other types of cones. Why don't you just tell us which cone not to confuse it with? Destiny 2 shotguns don't have pure RNG for pellet distribution, though yes, it sure feels like it sometimes, which seems worth diving into. A shotgun shot contains 12 pellets, spread out across 3 rings as follows. Center, 1 pellet right in the middle. An inner ring, 4 wedges with 1 pellet each. An outer ring, 7 wedges with 1 pellet each. So it sounds like you have a middle bullet, and then let's say you have a bullet at north, south, east, and west. And then you have another ring where you have 7 going around. This is... So aside from the center, which is in a fixed location, each pellet is only randomized inside a defined wedge angle and inner-outer radius. Okay, so each of those bullets, except for the middle one, can travel along a little line, it sounds like. Cat and dual bows are primary death. Yeah, we had a discussion about bows on Jay's stream last night. It was funny. Season 15 introduces legendary stasis weapons, and we've seen some concern about how these are intended to work, particularly in PvP. Stasis power weapons are in the power slot. We talked about this before I read this. I haven't read the TWAB, guys, so I just want to tell you what I thought. I was fine with stasis weapons. Like maybe creating a bit of a slow effect, like not slowing you super noticeably like grenades did, but like giving you a little bit of a disadvantage if you get shot with it. However, that would be a little OP. Now, with void and solar damage and all that, I really don't think they affect us. I don't think void weapons affect us at all. For example, we're using void weapons. Basically, if I have a void shield, like you're going up against a Vex with a void shield, you match the energy type and pop the shield. Boom, it explodes, it hurts things, it's awesome. And if there is a burn, let's say I take increased damage by void, then that's simply that. I take increased damage with void. So that's really all they should do with it to be consistent. So let's read what they have to say. Stasis power weapons are in the power slot, but all other stasis weapons are in the kinetic slot. This is to avoid overcrowding the energy slot. True that, we do have a lot of energy weapons. And so that it's reasonable to use one in match game content. The kinetic slot won't be renamed at this time. Stasis weapons don't intrinsically do anything differently from weapons of other damage types, but they are the only weapons that can roll with stasis perks. Honestly, they could have just put it in the energy slot. We generally intend stasis perks with slowing or freezing effects to have a kill trigger. This being easy enough to trigger in PvE and fun to use but not obnoxious to play against in PvP. Huh. I'm skeptical about their ability to implement this without, like, driving the entire community crazy. Now that we've addressed Quick Draw's permanent plus 100 handling buff. Wait, what? Wait, did they get rid of that? I don't remember that. It would be a cool perk instead of energy type. Yeah, but it shouldn't be a perk because if they introduce a lot of stasis weapons, it should just be an energy type. Or they could have just left it alone. The glitch uses combinations of inputs to animation cancel, allowing near instant weapon swaps. We want the handling stat to continue to have value on weapons and don't want, for example, aggressive shotguns to lose their key downside. Slow swaps due to an unintentional side effect of the animation system. So they fixed the quick swap glitch. Okay, so glad has been hindered. See, I feel like that's something that didn't need to be fixed. Like, leave it alone. Just leave it alone. It doesn't hurt anybody. Leave it alone. They didn't need to do the quick swap, but again, they're trying to really strongly control the environment. Now that we've addressed Quick Draw's permanent plus 100 handling buff, we see more people using the quick swap glitch. The glitch uses combinations of inputs to... Wait, we read that already. Okay, forget it. Okay. Running out of primary ammo has never been tactically interesting. This is an interesting story because there is a perk. I use drop mag, and we're going to get into what they're doing to drop mag. I use drop mag on sidearms. I always like my sidearms to have drop mag and full auto trigger. And so this is going to affect me on sidearms. And it really sucks when you have older weapons with these perks because you rolled these weapons with these perks for a reason. And now they're changing the weapons. The plus side, though, is the last time I tried doing Shattered Throne solo, I was using non-hunger anti-barrier, and I was in the ogre room, and the reason why I lost the encounter is because I kept running out of ammo. Because there were a lot of void shields, so you needed the non-hunger for the void shields, and then you have those crappy vandals who did not used to pop up dome shields. They didn't do that in the beginning. And they shouldn't do it now. So if you're doing Shattered Throne now solo, it's way harder than it was in year 2. It's insane. There's just way more going on in the room. But I was using non-hunger to just shoot through the Vandal shields. They don't matter if you're using anti-barrier. And because I was using a primary ammo weapon so much, I ran out of primary, and the game wouldn't drop the ammo for me. So running out of primary ammo has never been tactically interesting. True. Running out in hard PvE content or because you were on a tear in PvP was a weird and sometimes frustrating experience that we would like to not subject anyone to in the future. All primary ammo weapons now have infinite ammo, so no more ammo bricks, no more picking it up. You're going to have your clip with like so many bullets in it and then reload, but it's going to be infinite ammo. You don't have to worry about ever running out. We will talk about a downside in just a moment. There's a huge downside here. Inertia Override has been adjusted to account for there being no primary bricks. Let's turn on some sound here. Drop mag's downside of reducing reserve ammo is now almost meaningless. And it's funny that they addressed that because honestly, drop mag never bothered me. I don't think running out of primary ammo is that big of an issue in most situations to where it was a hindrance. So I think they're overthinking that one. So they reworked it to be plus reload speed and minus magazine size. It better be significant reload speed for God's sake, because there's other barrels that give you increased reload. Compact arrow shafts upside of increasing reserve ammo likewise. Reworked to be plus reload plus handling. Updated some other perks that refer to reserves in a way that's no longer accurate. See notes on Fighting Lion and Sweet Business. Target farming Trials weapons is much more efficient in Season 15. And we have some cool new perks for players to play with that we wanted to put on Trials weapons. All Trials weapons available in Season 15 now have 7 perks in each column. Which is good. You want fewer perks because if you have too many perks, it's just too hard to get your god roll. The lottery is just... Yo, Tez! Yeah, this is live. Welcome. To be honest, I uninstalled Destiny, but don't really miss it. Yeah, I think Glitch uninstalled it, and I'm very close. I'm working on some stuff. Kaz and I are going to be helping people on my other YouTube channel. We'll give people help, and I have some things I need to grind out, but I haven't uninstalled yet. The downside to infinite ammo. So in Grandmaster Nightfalls and other encounters, where Bungie's incredibly stingy with ammo, like special ammo and heavy ammo, what we would do is we would shoot off all of our ammo. All of it. And if you stood there for a minute with all your guns completely empty, it would refill all your guns. I did have one situation where it didn't refill my heavy. But yeah, Lost Sector is everything. It refills everything. Not necessarily full ammo, sometimes full ammo, usually partial ammo, but you had ammo. So if we can't get rid of primary ammo, that might prevent us from doing that altogether, which sucks. It sucks because sometimes the game, like I went an entire half a Grandmaster Nightfall without any heavy ammo. It was ridiculous. The drops were, they need to work on the drop rates for bricks. You know, if you're giving us a super hard activity, you need to at least give us the tools we need to complete it. When max power levels on weapons launched, we reissued several weapons. We saw how frustrated players were at having to regrind their favorite rolls. I have some god rolls from the moon that I got recently, and they're sunset. Since the perk pools hadn't changed, based on that, our reissue guidelines from Season 13 onwards were to replace most of the perks. No! Unsunset weapons if you're going to do that. Completely. Just remove it from everything I've ever earned. That would be the right thing to do. Turns out that was an overcorrection and that certain perks in the original pools had become part of the identity of... Yes. Thank you. Moving forward, the guidelines for reissues will be to remove the least useful 2 to 3 perks and add 2 to 3 newer perks that give the weapon some new options and may result in an entirely new top tier rolls without removing the old one. Okay. We'll see how they do this. We'll see how they do it. We've made some small adjustments to the weapons reissued in the 3.2.1 update to move these in the direction of the new reissue guidelines. And if you were wondering why our community managers were asking for everyone's favorite roles, now you know. Added 1 or 2 of the original perks to each column for the Luna weapons. I think they mean moon weapons, but you know, let's call it Luna, even though it's not what we call it. Reissued in 3.2.1, yes. The Lectern weapons only. Since these can be target farmed, we're okay with increasing the size of the perk pools in this case. Yeah, but the target farming is so it's just not fun. Although I've noticed that you do get some of these weapons as drops by completing activities too. So I guess if you are looking to level up in Lost Sectors and stuff and you're going for moon weapons, go do all your activities on the moon, because like I said, some of the Lectern weapons will drop as random rolls from Lost Sectors and other activities. The moon weapons are in need of this. Yeah. And there's some really good weapons too. I'm just butthurt that like I got a sword just before they decided to remove sunsetting from those, and I have a god roll sword. But now I have to refarm it again. It's so good. It really is a good sword. They added 1 of the original perks to 1 or both columns for the Dreaming City weapons reissued in 3.2.1. Tiger Spite, Twilight Oath, Abide the Return. Guys, I don't know how to make Tiger Spite feel good. I don't get that weapon very much. Every Tiger Spite I've ever gotten is trash. Even ones that had okay rolls, it just doesn't hit hard. I'm almost thinking a Tiger Spite with like high impact reserves would be good. Let's take a quick look. I usually, if I work with a weapon enough, I usually come up with a roll that feels really good. But damn, this one's in need. So Tiger Spite, let's take a look. I don't think recoil's too much of an issue. Like, this thing could probably, well, that's range, but it could probably benefit from Hammerforged. Yeah, maybe Hammerforged. What's the key rated on this? Oh, it's... I know. To polygonal. Oh, small bore could be... Ooh, I like corkscrew. Yeah, let's do corkscrew. So that... I'm a huge tac mag fan. No tac mag. So ricochet is range and stability. I kind of like the idea of high cal rounds. I like armor piercing too. One of these three, probably ricochet. They took outlaw off. Oh. Wait, dynamic sway was on this weapon? What? Ooh, overflow, 100%. You could do... If you did arrowhead break, what is this frame? Where does it say what the frame is? I don't know what the frame is. Yowza. If you did arrowhead with appended, with overflow... Oh no, there's no rampage. Well, you could do swashbuckler. This would be the gnawing hunger god roll that you can't earn anymore. It would be the curated roll, except that would be rampage, but if you don't have rampage, swash is a great substitute. That could be a good tiger spite, depending on what the frame is. But if it doesn't hit, you could do like corkscrew with ricochet. I don't really like any of these except for overflow. I'd still go swashbuckler. Yeah, damage perks. Man, my overflow was really procking like crazy in the GM Nightfall last night. We didn't finish it. I had to go to bed. Okay, anyway. We were... God, I hate that Nightfall. Let me see. I don't hate it. You just need people who know how to position and stay alive. Okay, so we just did a little bit of a squirrel there. Since these can't be target farmed yet. Really? We didn't want to increase the size of the pool. We're going to be able to target farm Dreaming City weapons, guys. Oh my gosh. Man, that's nice. Tranquility is, yeah. That would be a nice one to be able to target farm. Twilight Oath, I have the curated for that. Abide the Return is the sword. I don't have a good roll of that. Twilight Oath, I think the curated roll is not really cutting it. Like, that one needs some help. Okay, archetypes. Exotics receive these changes as written unless otherwise mentioned in the exotics section below. Breech grenade launchers. This mountaintop is Breech. People think that it's how it fires and loads. Like, oh, bounce versus... No, a Breech grenade launcher is basically... Is it most? It's... Yeah, a lot of your grenade launchers you're really familiar with are breaches. And mountaintop is a breach as well. They are increasing as a pain point in PvP. That's because they're fun. And with the shotgun nerf, we're seeing a small increase in usage. This change aims to reduce the ease of getting big splash damage for priming or cleaning up targets. We'll watch how things change and make further adjustments in a future update if needed. Note that we're fine with how they perform in PvE, so have compensated there. We're fine with... Okay, so it sounds like the changes they make in PvP will be different from PvE. So they've reduced the blast radius by 0.4 meters. They reduced splash damage by 20, which reduces the total damage from a direct hit, for a direct hit from 220 to 200. Ooh, I don't know, dude. I think if you land a shot with a grenade launcher, you should be rewarded. They do take skill and practice, despite what some of your whiniest PvPers say. Come on, guys. The PvP community is freaking whiny. What do you mean I have to switch off the same two guns I use all the time? No, you need to be nerfed. Yeah, that's the PvP community. Increased damage in PvE by 12%. Oh, okay. This is legit. It needs it. Because of the above splash damage changes results in a small overall buff to combined damage. Wither Horde is unaffected, while machine gun usage is surprisingly high. Is it? We felt that they weren't fulfilling their intended role in high difficulty content. Ammo efficient ad clear and secondary single target sustained damage. They increased the damage in PvE by 20%. So, Bungie. So here's the issue. They identified the ammo efficiency, and the reason why I don't use machine guns in GM Nightfalls and I don't really use machine guns in any endgame content, is because of the ammo efficiency. If you blow off a full clip of a machine gun, it's gonna punish you by not giving you any more ammo. And it's supposed to be an ad clearing weapon. So they really need to work on, they need to increase drop rates. Some weapons get way more drops than others. Like if you use a rocket launcher, the game is not going to give you ammo. It's very, very stingy with ammo drops. Anarchy, very generous with ammo drops. And I'm fine with that. And I noticed certain legendary weapons, if I use threat level, which is the Scourge of the Past, Rage Shotgun, love that thing, and Mountaintop, there were intrinsic ammo finders in those. And people were like, no, yes, there are. Because the minute you run out of ammo, pull out your primary, shoot a few things, boom, you have green ammo. Like, I've never seen weapons filled with green ammo like Mountaintop and Threat Level. So there are certain weapons that just, the game throws ammo at them like crazy. Machine guns are not one of those. Machine guns, you will run out of ammo, and you're screwed. The game won't give you any more. Scout rifles and hand cannons have felt weaker than we'd like in PvE content for quite a while. 100% agree. They increase damage versus miners by 15%. This is due to direct player feedback. And I know someone brought it up on the Destiny of the Game Reddit, which is run by Bungie. So if you go to the Destiny of the Game Reddit and complain, they're going to see what you write. Just don't be an asshole because they'll ban you. So people were complaining that it would often take 2 shots to kill a miner. Like if you go to the EDZ and shoot it in the head, like a Vandal. If you shot a Vandal in the head, you'd have a sliver of health left. And it's like, why is a red bar Vandal surviving a headshot? So this should more than take care of it. Fusion rifles have benefited indirectly from the mid-season 14 shotgun nerf. Really? Oh, right, because people just switched to them instead. But fusion rifle subfamilies weren't as different from each other as we wanted, and weren't all useful in a variety of content. Most content. So we looked at all of the options we had for diversifying them and ended up with some substantial changes. This isn't intended to be a global buff to fusion rifles, but we expect some of these to be better counters to other weapons than they were previously. What was I going to say about fusion rifles? Oh my gosh, I forgot. Note that we also evaluated some other options, which are worth a bit of discussion. I just don't think fusion rifles do enough damage. Or I would be okay with not getting more damage if they gave us more ammo, because fusion rifles are an ad clearing weapon. So it would be kind of nice to have more ammo. Yeah. Ammo economy is probably the biggest problem in this game right now. One of the biggest problems with weapons, I should say. Note that we also evaluated some other options which are worth a bit of discussion. Giving the projectiles travel time, you have to lead shots with these like crazy. We did like the idea of this behavior in Destiny 1, but on investigation found that there are networking issues with firing rapid bursts of non-hit scan projectiles. And they didn't play as well as we wanted them to. We may look at this option again in the future. Burst rate of fire. This would have meant touching design data and audio for every fusion rifle we've ever shipped. Well beyond the scope we wanted for this change, and also not that interesting in a change. Increased PvE damage bonus such that all subfamilies have a 15% PvE bonus. This is good. For a special weapon, yeah. Previously, high impact was 0% precision, and adaptive were 10%, and rapid fire was 12.5%. Push subfamilies further apart. Okay, this is what I was going to say. Every fusion rifle I have has the same role for the most part. I discovered what I liked, and that's what I go for. And I have 2 fusion rifles that have what I want. Cartesian Coordinate and Glacioclasm. And oh my god, guys, they're good. They're actually fun to use, which is how a gun should be. So, high impacts charge slower. Wait, are these how they are adjusting charge? Okay, this is what they did. High impacts charge slower, and while still strong, require more planning to use effectively. Base charge time increased from 0.86 seconds to 1. Okay, that might not be that big of a deal. Shots per burst reduced from 7 to 5. That's stupid. Reduced total damage per burst. I mean, they're not even that good. I use high impacts and they're not that great. Come on. In playtesting, we found that charging these in the open is super risky, but pre-charging around corners... Okay, so they did this because of PvP. Yeah. So if they want people to use fusion rifles, they gotta stop designing them around PvP. It's really that simple. With reduced shots per burst, these are now less reliant on stability, so they can stack a bit more range. Precisions and adaptives are close to unchanged. Base charge time is unchanged. Shots per burst is unchanged at 7. Very slightly increased total damage per burst. In playtesting, we feel that these are very effective all around without stepping on the niches of high impacts and rapid fires. I'll be keeping a good plug one. Yeah, I don't have a plug one I like. I don't know. I don't know if I'll ever get one. Rapid fires charge faster, allowing them to be used reactively against charging enemies, or aggressively when pushing forward. Base charge time decreased from 0.54 seconds to 0.46. Shots per burst increased from 7 to 9. I like that. Increased total damage per burst. In playtesting, we found that these are very effective against shotgun rushers. Yeah, so they're trying to increase fusion rifle usage in PvP. And this is the one complaint I've always had about Bungie consistently. They don't balance their game, they force metas. So you're gonna have a lot of fusion rifles in PvP next season. People are they're gonna bitch and whine about it. Just OP. Because the shotgun's got quite a nerf, basically, with the movement nerfs. The combination of them needing to be closer and you having a shorter charge time work well together. And if you have good enough timing, you can fire 2 bursts with a rapid fire before a high impact user finishes charging there first. With the increased shots per burst, these are now more reliant on stability, but with the increased damage, they're less reliant on range. Parts of this work required adjusting several fusion rifle perks and 1 mod. Okay, this might not affect me. Backup plan used to be a god tier perk that everybody wanted, and they kind of started abandoning it. I would take backup plan if that was the only thing it gave me, but I generally replaced it with something else. Its implementation was incompatible with the fusion rifle changes, and we felt like the perk could use a rework anyway. Removed the plus 100 to charge time stat, adjusted charge time multiplier from 0.85 to 0.7, now scales damage by 0.8. I have no idea how that's going to work. Liquid coils is what everybody goes for. That is what would be the mag. And I use projection fuse. I like projection fuse. It increases range. Even in PvE, projection fuse is traditionally a PvP perk, but I like it better than liquid coils. Liquid coils and accelerated coils needed a rework for similar reasons. Both converted to scale charge time and damage instead of modifying the charge time stat. The final effect is much the same as before, but these are now more robust. However, they won't visibly change the charge time stat in the inspection screen. The Adept charge time mod felt pointless. Yeah, because no one's going to use it. They're going to use the other ones. And we felt like it would still be balanced against other mods if it didn't reduce damage. So they changed the functionality to scale charge time directly instead of changing the charge time stat without adjusting the damage. So a note on the charge time masterwork. A fusion rifle's damage is determined by its charge time stat, similar to how most others' weapons damage is determined by their state of final stat, or the rate of fire stat. Masterworks can only increase weapon stats for performance reasons, so it's not possible to change how charge time maps onto damage without big changes to how the charge time stat works. We investigated doing this by making the Masterwork a perk, but this would cause fusion rifles to exceed the perk budget, resulting in bad things happening, as mentioned in a prior TWAB. With the fusion rifle rework, we feel that this masterwork is more viable. It now rarely reduces bolts to kill, so may not feel like a downgrade in the same way as before. Feel like a downgrade? Damn. Adjusted the fusion rifle stat order so it matches other weapons. Stability and handling were out of order. This is a big change to fusion rifles, including all exotic fusion rifles, so we'll be watching for any major issues and we'll make tweaks as needed. My question, hold on. Where's my video game? There it is. I got booted. This doesn't have a frame. Alright, question is voided. Okay, here's the fun part. Exotics. We're going to actually load into the EDZ right now because I want to play with some of these exotics. These are usually when Bungie, they've stated that if they're giving a weapon an exotic, it's because no one's using them. So first, Anarchy, my baby. I love you, Anarchy. The Anarchy exotic grenade launcher has been dominant for years now. We're ignoring the season with sweet grenade launcher artifact mods, of course. Being near mandatory for certain raid bosses, combined with double slug shotguns. I mean, stop creating metas, Bungie. We'll gladly use other weapons, but every time we get a different meta, you nerf it. Like, we use sniper rifles, you nerfed them. Shotguns, nerf them. It just everything everyone wants to use, they nerf. As well as excelling as a solo weapon and for ad clears in some encounters. Yes, we like that it's a great choice for hard solo content and trapping enemy spawns and choke points, but don't want it to remain part of a dominant tactic for boss damage, and particularly don't want it to be great for boss damage and ad clears in a single encounter. With this change, we expect it to remain strong without being borderline usable as a primary weapon. So they reduced the total reserve plus magazine ammunition from 26 to 16. That's just an inconvenience. If the ammo drops, like, normally the ammo drops okay, but we'll see. We'll see. And they reduced the damage by 30% versus bosses. Now, this is, they say champions are not bosses. The reason why they're saying that is because when you go into a Nightfall or any activity that has champions, you put a boss spec on your champion weapon. So last night I was doing anti-barrier on an auto rifle, so I put boss spec on the auto rifle. So you use boss spec on your weapons against champions, but for the purposes of Anarchy, they're not bosses. They're talking about like actual end of activity bosses, not champions. So we should pop that on. I've got so many weapons here. A lot of these are weapons you're gonna start seeing. I wanted to play a little bit with Anarchy. They want you to be able to do this, like the spawn trapping. Come on, boys. Yeah. It's just great. Lure your ads in and they die. We don't have a boss here, but you can just, like, shoot it directly. Like, you do 2 shots into a boss. Like that. And, it'll damage while you use, like, another gun on it. It's awesome. It's amazing. So then the next one we're going to talk about is Xenophage. I don't use Xenophage. It's kind of funny. I don't know. It's just not a fun gun for me. The irony is I bought the weapon ornament last night. With Bright Dust, guys. I didn't give many cash. I promise. We've got 2 shots in this thing. I don't like the ammo economy on this, but I don't even know if they've nerfed it. I remember they were, like, you could shoot the ground. Oh, damn. Yeah, you could shoot the ground next to something. And it killed it. And when this first came out, they were talking about it in PvP, like how annoying it would be. And it is. Like, you don't have to land a shot. Okay, Diver, we're not doing that good. So, Xenophage was already top-notch, so didn't need to benefit from the global machine gun buff. It does benefit from the damage per bullet buff to machine guns, but now has slower rate of fire to compensate, resulting in slightly lower damage per second. But higher burst damage and sustained damage. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if too many people who use it for... Well, some people use it for boss damage, but a lot of people use it for, like, ad clearing or oracles in the raid or something like that. So the reduced rate of fire is from 120 to 90 RPM. That's a lot, and they receives less of the machine gun PvE damage falloff. My biggest issue with this is you better have no problem getting ammo with this thing. Fighting Lion is interesting. They tried to say it was popular, but Hello, F11. Let's get rid of that. I don't know. I wouldn't really call Fighting Lion popular. It's the reason why people like Fighting Lion is because it's a kinetic. Like, seriously, it's a kinetic grenade launcher. But it's the whole launch and release, which people hate. Now, everyone uses this for mountaintop and PvP, because you can have like 17 ammo. It's kind of cool. I mean, what a great perk. That was a really good shot. Wow. I suck at using this thing. So, good old Fighting Lion here. But that's why people use it. Like, if Bungie has you do like a lot of grenade launcher stuff. Now, it's been replaced by Witherhoard for most people. Witherhoard is way easier to use. And if you're under level, like an Iron Banner, you can still get some kills with Witherhoard. This thing has like a really ugly... That one's kind of cool, but that's a really ugly ornament. But I like how it normally looks. So, Fighting Lion... They weren't worried about the impact infinite ammo would have on Fighting Lion. That's right. It's a primary weapon, so it's going to have infinite ammo. Oh my god. However, enabling fast, unlimited grenade spamming was too much in PvP based on internal playtests. So we've addressed that specific case without significantly impacting its feel in PvE. Oh my gosh. Fighting Lion reserve ammo increased from a lot to infinite. Yes. Okay, that's stupid. Guys, I know Anarchy is getting nerfed, but like, what if... I wonder if like Fighting Lion with Anarchy could be like really viable in endgame content at some point. I mean, we're talking unlimited ammo. Let's see what they're going to do to it. So it receives the same changes as the other Breech grenade launchers. Reduce base reload stat from 0. Breech grenade launchers with 0 reload stat. Reload very, very slowly. 2-0. Okay, so the reload is going to suck. My god, they're nerfing that. Now, let's see what the reload is on it before I say that. Oh, it has very good reload speed. Yeah, it does. Notice the gold bar. That's the reload that the catalyst gives it. So any perk that has gold on here, on these lines, the gold is what the catalyst does. So, after this weapon fires, equipped kinetic and power weapons gain a brief period of increased handling and accuracy. It doesn't even state that. It doesn't even mention reload on the catalyst. But, dude, that's what we're getting from the catalyst. Okay, interesting. Now increases reload speed to its previous level on damaging multiple enemies with 1 grenade. Previous level on damaging. Okay. We'll be keeping an eye on this, but believe it's in a good place with this change. And note that we're not going to over nerf an exotic with its own subreddit. Wait. I'm sorry. What? I have too many windows open. Dude. What? Okay. Fighting Lion Reddit. It has its own subreddit? What? There have been over 20,000 visits to Fighting Lion in the past week. Probably yesterday because of Bungie mentioning it. Dude, they have their own subreddit. How many people belong? 7.1 thousand. This is stupid. A community resource for how to use the best gun in the game. Praise be infinite ammo. God, maybe people like it more than I thought they did. Wow, your average user doesn't really use it that much. That's crazy. That's crazy. Wait, we were in the right browser. My driving's not too good today. My god, dude, I didn't know they had their own subreddit. I'm thinking about subscribing just because it's funny. Xeno is your champion killer? Yeah. You know what? I use Anarchy. I need to use Xeno more just because I never used it, and I do like to switch up my weapons, but like I usually run with people who have Xeno, so I complement them by doing other things. But yeah, I never really enjoyed using it. It doesn't feel like a fun gun, but maybe we should spend a day using Xenophage and just like seeing what we think. Maybe we'll fall in love with it. And that's happened. Like, I've gotten catalyst for weapons like Merciless and took it out and like upgraded the catalyst and then found out that I actually really liked it. And that's a good reason to use the weapon while upgrading the catalyst instead of just farming in the Shattered Throne like most of us do. But with how time consuming this game is these days, like some of us just want to farm it and be done with it, which is sad. It's a testament to the state of the game. Vex Mytho class, we were cautious with tuning this one at launch. It's the only gun that they didn't launch at like OP. Knowing that shipping a dominant weapon that has incredibly low ownership would break PvP. Oh my god. Dude, Mountaintop broke PvP because you gave it to everybody. Like, it wasn't that bad before everybody had it. And aimed for balance, but erring on the side of not letting it ship too strong. However, it fell short of balanced. Ownership is much higher now, and we want it to be strong enough to be a desirable reward from Vault to class. I got it. Yeah, dude, raid exotics should be really good. Let's be real. That's why Anarchy should be really good. What was I looking at here? Oh yeah, I got it like in week 2. PvE damage bonus increased by 40%. Oh my god, really? Okay. It's not a bad fusion rifle. Like, the fusion part of it is good, but dude, a 40% increase? Let's go. All right. Range stat increased to be near best in class for high impact auto rifles. Wow. I am speechless, guys. This is awesome. Like, you're gonna want to use this gun. Yo, Cat, good morning. Increase the stability stat. I had no problem with stability, but I'm fine. If you want to improve stability, it's always a nice thing to have. Rework the catalyst to grant stability and damage after a kill. Okay, let's take a look at the catalyst. Hold on. So we've got Vex Mythoclast right here. So, oh, we need to work on this. Guys, we might use Vex today. I didn't even know that. I just didn't. Wow. So, they never. Oh, higher stacks of overcharge increase stability. Okay. So we already get a stability increase. Huh. I'm not going to choose this. I think we might actually just use this today. Yeah. Do I have my Diebear Plays link, please? No. Look at the description below the video at Diebear Plays. Click on that. Subscribe. We're going to be streaming Destiny over on that channel. And Kaz and I are supposed to be playing together. So, like I said earlier, I need to farm some things and get some triumphs done. So we're more than happy to bring people in to take them along for the ride. If people need help with anything, we can do that too. Within reason. I am not building a raid team for anybody. If you come in with 4 respectful people, we'll Sherpa you. But I'm not building a raid team for you. I'm done with building raid teams. It takes the joy out of the game. Keyword, they must be respectful. Okay, so they increased the rate of fire from 360 to 390. Really? We don't even have 390 auto rifles because they're comparing it with high impact auto rifles, but so it's why didn't they just go 400? I don't know. Reduce linear fusion rifle. That's 10 is quite a increase in damage, but why didn't they just go 400? Reduce linear fusion rifle mode charge time from 820 to 533. I am fine with that. Same as the standard linear fusion rifles, and it no longer loses overcharge stacks on stow except when in linear fusion rifle mode. Okay. They didn't address the one. Wait. No, forget it. I'm lying. The 40% applies to the auto rifle and the linear fusion rifle modes. So, guys, this could be good next season. Oh my gosh. Merciless. Okay, so I actually brought these out so we could look at them and just kind of have some fun with them. Let's put that on. So, this gun. Now we need things to kill, and there's nothing here. hip fire. Like, look at that. This is a fusion rifle. I mean, I like hip firing on this thing because it's actually a fusion rifle, but you get some nice distance there. The reload is really good too. Wow. I mean, I think this is a good gun. When I first tested it, it was fun. But my one complaint, we need to get stacks. We have it. Okay. Man, if I could get like a mini boss right now. Where's our servitor? So I shouldn't lose my stacks. I should keep my overcharge. You can... Yeah, you can see the overcharge on the left side. We've got 5 stacks. And you can... Oh, dude, that reload. I didn't even look at the perks on this thing. Okay, okay, we have a mini boss in here. I can tell because we've got these shanks. Okay, so how do we do the overcharge again? Do we hold down reload? Yes. Yeah, this thing needs a buff. It needs a buff hardcore. So I was really disappointed in the linear fusion rifle aspect of it. Give me all your stuff. Okay, let's go back to a safe place here, guys. So the damage buff is incredibly needed for that gun, and I'm very happy that they're doing it. I think if I use it today, I might actually pair it with a sword just to get some strong damage. Yeah, we'll probably do a sword. Merciless, this is a cool fusion rifle that it was really popular in year 1. And it got nerfed and people stopped using it. If they bring back your breakneck, you'll come back. Oh, dude, breakneck. I love that gun. I used to love it, and what sucked is they changed breakneck for frickin' PvP. Like, it was so good in PvE, and the nerf. So what they did, I think it was Aztecross who did the math. They found that So chat, you have 2 things going on with breakneck. It was a pinnacle weapon in the season of the Drifter or Ace's Wild. Pinnacle auto rifle. And 2 things happened as you used it. The rate of fire would increase, and then you get rampage stacks. And they fixed it so that you did max damage at rampage times 2, and then you'd start doing less damage at rampage times 3, rampage times 4. Which doesn't make sense. And they did it by lowering the rate of fire for 3 and 4. It was the dumbest thing. And the reason why is because they wanted it to be viable in PvP. And it's easier to get rampage times 2 in PvP than rampage times 4. But why you would do that... The other thing... Okay, we'll talk about another weapon when we get there because it's listed. So yeah, dude, breakneck was so much fun in PvE, and they should have left it as a PvE weapon. Like, don't screw that stuff up. Merciless, we had to touch this anyway because of the fusion rifle changes, and figured if we're in there, we might as well make a buff we'd been thinking about. Updated the perk to account for fewer shots per burst. Should build up charge rate at the same amount per burst as before. Updated the perk to account for the fewer bursts. Okay. And then reduce the damage penalty for increasing charge rate by 40%. So Merciless, this is it's a cool gun, guys. This is Merciless. So the perk is Impetus. Reloading immediately after a kill increases weapon damage for a short time. And then the other part is non-lethal hits with projectiles make this weapon charge faster until its wielder gets a kill. Didn't it used to do more damage? They changed the conserve momentum. I think every shot used to do more damage. Oh man, look at what this masterwork does. It almost doubles range and stability. So this is, hold on. We gotta look at these. We have this. That's from Dreaming City. And then we have Breech header. Let's pop on the white one. Season of the Lost announced on Destiny Twitter, so we'll take a look at that in a minute. Oh, there's our, so we have a flag, and there's our mini-boss. This is actually where I did my catalyst for this thing. Okay, let's go. Wait, where'd you go? Where'd you go? So we do increased damage after the reload. No, where'd you go, really? She disappeared? Oh, there she is. Season of the Lost. Hashtag Mara. Okay, let's reload to get the increased damage. Wait, there's no crit? Look at that. This is a cool gun, guys. So if Merciless is actually viable next season, like, whip it out and have some fun with it. It's a great gun. It just feels really good. It's one of my favorite fusions, and as an exotic, yeah, I like it. Okay. Jotun, because of how the how the charge time stat works with the fusion rifle changes, we made a small change to avoid breaking this weapon. In playtesting, it makes almost no difference, but if I didn't mention it, someone would notice. Okay, we didn't need the personal note there. Reduced charge time from 0.82 to 0.78. It charges 0.04 of a second faster. Slightly reduced damage per shot. Jotun. I don't use Jotun, but we have Jotun. This, I don't know. It's weird. We need green ammo. Wait, we have green ammo. I don't know. The toaster. It does look like a toaster. Look at that. It's just weird. It's a weird gun. Oh, we have a public event. Oh, that's right. We checked in. I like my Season of Opulence ornament for it. Yeah, I don't know. This is just weird. It might be because of the visual effects. Okay, that's stupid. I'll admit that's stupid. Oh my gosh. Dude, in the range. I had to check the blast radius. It's not bad. Like, it's pretty good. Maybe I should use this more. I don't know. When I got it, I just didn't like it. And he's gone. So that's Jotun. Or Jotun. Interesting. It's OP. It really is OP. I don't use it because I just never really enjoyed using it, but I don't know. It could be fun. Bastion, another fusion rifle I got. So I think, is this a linear fusion rifle? So I remember getting this. The quest was really cool. I do have that quest on YouTube. It's one of my first videos. It ended up being a PvP fusion rifle, and I never really enjoyed it. It feels very strong with shotguns being less dominant, so we're preemptively adjusting it. In PvP, it's also super low usage in PvE. Yeah, because it's boring. Like, it's an exotic slot in the kinetic, and it's boring. Like, why do kinetic exotics have to be boring to use? So we're buffing it there too. Reduced damage by 15%. Can now not quite kill a guardian with one shot in the 3-shot burst it fires. Okay, legit. Yep, I'm fine with that. Increased spread angle by 10% and increased PvE damage by 25%. So overall, around a 10% increase in PvE. I did pull this out. I haven't shot this thing in over a year. Bastion. It is a cool looking gun though, guys. Look at that. So, breakthrough, this weapon fires staggering projectiles, strong against unstoppable champions. Dude, no one uses this for champions. Although next season, see, it has liquid coils. Next season, people might be using this. I don't know. We'll see. I like that red one. That's cool. Let's play with it. No special ammo. Yeah. Stormcaller is so much fun. Wow, that is a 3-round burst, isn't it? Yeah, no wonder people use this thing. That's stupid. I have an interesting loadout right now. Okay, let's see. Oh, crap. We need ammo. Can I get some green ammo, please? I want to use this against the... Well, it is just a captain. He's not, like, a big deal. Yeah. I don't think I'm going to waste my time trying to get green ammo for that guy. Man, that grenade is stupid. Alright. So that's Bastion, and it's just kind of boring, guys. So I think the increased damage will be good, and the champion mod might actually bring this thing into play. Huh. Sweet Business's perk, refilling the magazine when picking up primary, no longer works in a world without primary ammo. Touché. So it's been adjusted. Now refills magazine on picking up special and heavy ammo instead of primary. Interesting. So Sweet Business, I don't like this gun either. But I will tell you guys, I went up against a 6-stack of Sweet Business users in Iron Banner. We all left the match. We were like, nope, done. So let's get some ammo. Really? No primary? There we go. I'm rocking a double primary. So yeah, this thing just ramps up and does stupid things. My problem is I don't shoot. Oh. I stop shooting when I don't see things, so like, yeah. Yowza. Now if we had ammo next to us, we could have prevented that. It's kind of ridiculous. And what PvPers do, anytime you hear this sound, like they'll, when they hear you coming, they'll hide around the corner and start ramping it up and then step out and shoot you. It's so annoying. If you want to be a dick, go with a 6-stack in a Crucible with this thing. And you know what? I support that decision because it's kind of fun trolling PvPers right now. Perks, firing line. We like the idea of the perk. It was just giving away a bit too much damage for almost free. That's funny because I don't use firing line because I play a lot of solo stuff. Reduced damage bonus to 20%, precision damage plus 20%. For all supported weapon archetypes was highly variable depending on the weapon type. Okay, so they standardized it. Will roll on some sniper rifles, linear fusion rifles, and machine guns, and maybe some other stuff in the future. Certain damage perks only affected impact damage on explosive weapons. We've updated these specific perks to also increase detonation damage. Kill clip, rampage, and adrenaline junkie. What? Really? Interesting. We also fixed incorrect rarity on some recently shipped weapon perks. VFX. So apparently weapon VFX were all custom and some didn't meet the desired cool factor. So Bungie has rebuilt these to speed up the process of adding new weapons or updating old ones, while updating the visuals at the same time. They updated all grenade launchers and rocket launcher VFX, and legendary fusion and linear fusion rifles now have distinct damage type charge VFX. They are devoting a lot of energy to the Witch Queen expansion, and there are a ton of things changing in a few weeks, so Bungie wants to see how things shake out before deciding on further tuning. They say we'll be watching Season 15 launch closely and are ready to make some small adjustments as needed in the first half of the season. I typically don't play on launch day anymore because of nobody can get in. So I play other games. We'll probably be doing Warzone on launch day. And then I'll go on the next day and check out the new stuff. The more distant future, but still before the Witch Queen, linear fusion rifles and caster frame swords are still not where we want them to be, so expect some tweaks. So a caster frame sword, guys, there's only two. We have Temptation's Hook, so you saw me use this earlier. Interesting little swords. They don't seem to get a lot of use except in PvP, and I'll admit, if I can't use Deathbringer because I'm using in another exotic, like let's say I use Ace of Spades, I'll switch to this sword. And this is the Arc version. Of course, you have to be on the ground to be able to send the projectile out. This is from Season of Arrival's last summer's season. It's a cool sword. The other one is Solos Scar, which is the... I have chain reaction on this thing. This is the Trials sword. And really, it's all about the right click. Imagine, like, landing a good shot with this in PvP. This thing is stupid. I killed myself. Good stuff. So yeah, that's a caster frame. And there's only two that I know about. I think that's all the... God, that sword looks cool. Okay. So one's Arc, one's Solar. We're due for a Void one. Like, they need to give us a Void one. Maybe we'll get it next season. I don't know. Anyway. So they're going to tweak those swords. They're also looking at underused or underpowered exotics, and we'll be taking a pass at some of them, including Arbalest, Soros Regime, Cryo Cesia 77k, Malfeasance, and more. Now, my complaint about Arbalest, so again, it's a kinetic exotic, guys. I typically don't like kinetic exotics because they're usually not good enough to take an exotic slot. My issue with this gun, that's a terrible ornament. My issue with this gun is ammo economy. Now, it's popular in PvP, but I think Bungie wants to try buffing it for PvE. And the reason why we don't use it in PvE is because it's usually hard to get ammo for it. I've taken it into 0 hour where it would really count, because it busts all energy type shields. And I remember when we took it to the 0 hour, we'd shoot some shields, and there's like everything had shields. There were 3 energy types. You really had to get your team together to try to, well, work together to bust them all and get through it within 20 minutes. But we'd run out of ammo and then it wouldn't give us any more. So the ammo economy was really the problem with this gun. I don't know if they buffed it. It seems like it has a lot more ammo now than it used to. But if it gives me ammo bricks, here, let's... Mother trucker, stop fighting. Let's blow off the ammo and see if we can get some more bricks. We are out in the open world though, so... Yeah, it's just one of those guns I used to never get ammo for. Kind of like rocket launchers. Wow, no ammo drops. What's going on here? Let's just shoot this guy off. Tell the game to give us something different. Oh, oh, oh. Oh my god, we got an ammo brick. Okay. What I should do is take it into a strike and see, because strikes seem to have like a built-in famine this season. It's really annoying. But yeah, in the open world, it's fine. Okay. Soros Regime. I don't know what they're gonna do with this thing. I hate this gun. I'm still working on the catalyst. I should take that into PvP today. I think you have to... You might do comp. So the rate of fire ramps up as you hold it down. It's kind of like Sweet Business, except, you know, you're going to have to reload. There's no picking up ammo. So this is another one, if you hear that sound, as you're coming around a corner, they know you're there from the radar, and they're pre-firing to try to get that rate of fire up. But yeah, the catalyst has to be done in PvP. 200 kills. And there are other guns that I like better. I don't know. It's really, really evil in the wrong hands. This is Cryo Cesia. This is one that they're looking at. They're probably going to give this a... Wait, this has a catalyst. I just haven't finished earning it. God, I don't want to use this. I need to take this into Crucible and get it done, but I just can't get kills. So maybe in the morning I'll do it. I have an ornament. Oh my god, that's a cool ornament. So, variable trigger, press and release to fire individual shots. Hold to fire a charge shot when liquid cooling is active. Okay. Final blows with this weapon enable a charge shot for a short duration. Targets hit by this shot are instantly... So my biggest issue with this is the rate of fire and how it changes. It's a sidearm. Like, you should be able to just hold it down and spam it. Oh, dude. Do you have to get kills or just... Really? I'm out of ammo. Mother drugger. Here, give me ammo. Alright. I didn't even look to see if... Yeah, the rate of fire is fascinating. Huh. I don't know. That's my biggest problem is just the rhythm of the weapon changes as you use it. And I don't like that. And as some people, I've had one or two people tell me they absolutely love this sidearm. They need to create some kind of... I don't like the changing rate of fire. Well, we'll just leave it at that. This is Malfeasance. This is a gorgeous gun. Now, I think this is going to get a catalyst. So what it's supposed to do is shoot tainted slugs that burrow into the enemy. Stacking enough slugs causes them all to explode. They changed this. To my knowledge, this thing used to do extra damage against Taken. And I don't know why they changed it. And that's a huge issue. It's a cool gun, but it's boring. And I would like to see it do noticeable damage. Like, it needs to have an extra perk against Taken. And the reason why Taken is because of, you know, how you earn this gun and the story behind it. And what it was originally used for. Like, we used to use this against Taken all the time, and it was very cool. So yeah, I think they changed the perk without telling us. It's weird. Maybe they didn't, but... It was said that this was stronger against Taken. And, I mean, look at it. Come on, guys. It's a Taken gun. Like, come on. Alright. I have a friend who absolutely loves Malfeasance, and he's excited to see what they do with that. So those are all weapons that they're going to look at. And they're going to look at some other exotics as well. But those are ones that they named. If you have issues with spamming high rate of fire semi-automatic weapons as fast as possible, we've got something in the works for you. Priming a target and quickly swapping for a cleanup is easier than we'd like. And we're looking at options for building towards faster swap speeds. We've got a step at hitting both of these points coming. Witch Queen and beyond, We've talked previously about wanting legendary weapons to have more identity based on their source, and expect to ship a new system for this in or close to the Witch Queen. In Season 15, we tweaked exotic primary weapons to generate ammo faster through ammo finder mods, and we have another change planned to make them more enticing in hard PvE content. I'm kind of laughing at that paragraph because I just told you guys I typically don't like exotic kinetic weapons, and those are usually primaries. So yeah, it's nice to see that they're paying attention. I love Sunshot. I don't use that in harder content though. It would be nice to see that get like a damage buff or something. That can make it OP though. I don't know. Maybe they should just leave it alone so they don't like over nerf it later. That's all we've got for weapon changes for now. We're looking forward to seeing how PvP and PvE metas shape up. Okay, guns, guns, guns. This is what people are excited about. We are still holding a lot of details on Season of the Lost close to the chest, including the new Season 15 arsenal you will start to discover next week. We do want to show off some other weapons you will be earning next season. Next season's Ritual Quest weapons is a rocket launcher with the Explosive Light perk. Now, I think this is the same perk as Wendigo, right? As is the custom, you'll receive a new quest to earn this weapon, and then can collect Gambit, Crucible, and Vanguard themed weapon ornaments through additional quests to customize the look. This is a cool looking gun. Explosive Light. Hold on. Weapons. Heavy. Grenade launchers. Where is the Wendigo? Where is it? There it is. Okay. This is a cool perk, and I'm glad to see it coming back. I would like them to unsunset Wendigo, though, because this is a beautiful gun. Picking up an Orb of Power increases the next grenade's blast radius and damage. Guys, this thing is so cool, and when you're doing... This is an endgame content weapon, and some of us still use this in the older content that's not light level enabled. Like, you can use it in Last Wish. It's badass. And if you're standing next to a bunch of people in a boss fight, and you're in a well of radiance, and you're picking up orbs as you're shooting, you're constantly getting explosive light. Like, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's a fun gun. Guns should be fun. I know. But Diver. Destiny fun? Yes. Destiny used to be fun, guys. We are adding 3 weapons as post-game rewards for completing Vanguard, Strikes, Gambit, and Crucible matches. These will drop randomly after completing these activities with random rolls. Here is a sneak peek. Okay. The Soros sidearm. Guys, Soros sidearms are all pretty much the same. I like them. This is my favorite sidearm. And the one that I currently have is a Black Armory sidearm. I did my best to find out what the scout rifle and the auto rifle are, what I think they are. People I've seen on Twitter and in other places, some people are thinking that that scout rifle... I don't know if Bungie actually announced it's coming back, but they think it's distant relation from Gambit. I don't think that's the case, unless it was mentioned somewhere else. But the one in that picture looks like Haunted Earth, which is a dead orbit scout rifle. And then what else do we have? This little sidearm is so much fun, guys. Check this out. It's not my god roll. I was trying to get a god roll on this thing before Black Armory went away, but I don't think I can delete this one though. You kind of want what? Like, this thing has it, yeah. It's gotta have drop mag. Like, look at the reload on that. Full auto trigger drop mag. That's what I like. It's amazing. Yeah, drop mag. I don't know how that's gonna affect my gun. Like, I want fast reload speed. Fast reload speed. This thing is so badass for ad clearing. This is my favorite sidearm. So with that Vanguard sidearm coming back, I might be able to get a god roll out of this little thing. Okay. So the scout rifle and the auto rifle. Whoops, I hit the wrong button again. We are getting dead orbit weapons, so I do think Haunted Earth is the scout rifle. I just looked at him closely. Distant Relation looks a little bit like this, except down here things are different on Distant Relation. Haunted Earth looks exactly like what's in that picture, so I think this is what's coming back. And then the auto rifle looks like Solemn Hymn. It looks like Solemn Hymn. Now, it could be different. Which we have the... Let's try the 57. I wouldn't be surprised if Solemn Hymn was the auto rifle in there. So I've never shot this scout rifle. Yowza. Oh. Listen here, biatches. Man. Oh my god. This thing has good range. This could be good for GMs. Holy crap, dude. If this is what's coming back, this is a nice scout rifle. This auto rifle I think is kind of, yeah, it feels like a Soros. It's not too bad. I gotta get my aim back. Let's put a boss spec on this. Oh, we can't because it's sunset. No, not this. We can't put it on here either because it's sunset. That's so stupid. So, where did you go? There you are. I like full auto trigger on scout rifles. So if this thing comes with full auto trigger, it's doing decent damage. Like, I actually like this thing. No heavy. This poor servitor, we're just killing it constantly. So yeah, those are the two weapons it looks like we're getting. Those are only a sampling of weapons that we're getting too, so they're gonna be giving us a lot more than that. And then they will also be put this. Okay, this is cool. This is cool. They're going to freshen up the loot pool of the Prophecy Dungeon, and they've seen a lot of feedback to bring forward weapons, original rewards from Trials of the Nine. I have seen these requests, yes. They thought that adding these to the 9-themed dungeon was a great fit. These weapons have been upgraded with random rolls, and certain ones will drop from specific encounters of the Prophecy Dungeon. Guys, the Prophecy Dungeon will be worth farming, even though it's annoying as hell. Ooh, that hand cannon's pretty. So yeah. There you go, Trials of the Nine weapons. They are coveted, they are amazing. On top of all these weapons, they're also updating the world pool with some fresh drops. Here are new weapons you can expect to start seeing pop up in the wild. Okay. 3 of these I don't have. I looked these up too. So the red one looks like the new Monarchy Legal Action 2. That's a great name for a gun. I want to read the lore on that one. This is the Dead Orbit Contingency plan. So we're getting Dead Orbit weapons. This is really cool. And you might want to, if you want future workout weapons, you might want to farm them now because I don't know what they're going to do with them. And then this little guy right here looks like the Vanguard. Spoiler alert. I don't have any of those weapons. I do have this. I think this is Scathelock because people were like, oh my god, we're getting Scathelock back. And so I'll show you what these guys are like. And then Annual Skate. Guys, Annual Skate is awesome. It's this little guy right here. And see, this is the Shepherd's Watch. That's the sniper rifle that it looks like we're getting. We need some ammo. Okay. So, what's nice is Shepherd's Watch. I don't know, these old snipers are kind of wonky. So I think getting updated perks on these are going to be nice. Like, I don't even know what these zooms are. Or if they're going to be available, but... Ooh. Actually, this is nice. I can't snipe for crap. That actually feels good. I like that gun. Okay. That's decent. Scathelock, everyone's drilling over this right now and going crazy. So this is a year 1 auto rifle, and honestly, I don't really like this one, but oh, maybe just changing the, I don't know, it's fine. I feel like this hits harder than, oh, we're out of ammo than it used to. So a lot of people are super excited about this auto rifle, and if they do it justice, you're gonna get murdered by it a lot. Man. This feels different than it did when I first shot it. Like on my alt account. Huh. Annual skate. Seriously guys, this hand cannon feels great. If you like hand cannons, you're gonna want to get this. I think you're gonna see this a lot in PvP. A lot. That's right. So that's just a sampling of some of the weapons we're getting back. And that's it, guys. That is the TWAB. That is the TWAB. Artwork, all that good stuff. I need to take a break and charge my headset. You want those guns? Yeah. Oh, no. Headset plugged in last night and it didn't charge, so I'm a little upset about that. I'm gonna have to tape it for the next stream. Like I said, we'll be at Diebear Plays. The link is in the description below. That is my live stream channel. We'll be there. I'll probably start up in 20 minutes. And we're gonna grind out some Destiny, get some triumphs done, and do some helps. We're gonna help people with different things. So I do need to I need to rack out some Gambit, get through some ranks. So if you're down to play, if you want to get anything done in the game, let us know, and we'll be there to help you. You might reinstall Destiny and ask me to teach you the dungeons. I can teach you dungeons, dude. No problem. I like dungeons. Alright, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week for This Week at Bungie. And I'll see you guys on my other channel in a little bit. Have a great, great day. If you'd like to support this channel, liking and commenting on the videos tells YouTube to share these videos with others who may find them useful. If you'd like to provide monetary support to help keep this channel up and running, visit my locals and subscribe star communities.